Hey history buffs! Have you ever stumbled upon a historical fact so bizarre that you just had to share it with everyone you know? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the most peculiar and long-forgotten conflicts in history. Ever heard of the time the Netherlands declared war on, wait for it, the Isles of Scilly? Yes, you heard that right. The Netherlands, a whole country, declared war on a tiny group of islands off the coast of England. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's one of those historical oddities that seems too strange to be true. But trust me, it happened. So picture this. It's 1651, the English Civil War is wrapping up, and the Royalists are getting their butts kicked. The parliamentarians are closing in, and the Royalists are running out of places to hide. They retreat to the Isles of Scilly, a tiny archipelago off the southwestern tip of England. These islands are remote, sparsely populated, and seem like a good place to make a last stand. Now, the Dutch, being quite the opportunists, decide it's a good time to declare war on these islands. The Dutch Navy had been allied with the parliamentarians and had suffered losses at the hands of the Royalist fleet. Why? Who knows? Maybe they were bored, or maybe they saw an opportunity to strike while the Royalists were vulnerable. Either way, they made the declaration. Here's where it gets wild. Not a single shot is fired. None. Nada. Zilch. The Dutch fleet shows up, but there's no battle, no skirmish, nothing. It's like they declared war and then just forgot about it. The Dutch just kind of forget. They sail away, and life goes on. The Isles of Scilly remain undisturbed, and the so-called war fades into obscurity. It's like they declared war and then got distracted by some tulips or something. The Dutch had other things to worry about, and the Isles of Scilly were no longer a priority. Fast forward a couple of centuries, like 3 of them, and no one remembers this so-called war even existed. It's 1986 now. The world has changed dramatically, and the Isles of Scilly are a peaceful, picturesque destination. Big hair, neon fashion, and some historian stumbles upon this ancient declaration. Imagine the surprise when they realize that, technically, the Netherlands and the Isles of Scilly have been at war for 335 years. Imagine the look on everyone's faces when they realize they've technically been at war for 335 years. It's like finding out you've had an overdue library book for centuries. I mean, can you imagine waking up one day and finding out you're in the middle of the longest, most peaceful war ever? No battles, no casualties, just a forgotten declaration gathering dust. Someone must have been like, hey, should we do something about this? It probably started as a curious conversation among historians and officials. So they decide to officially end it with a peace treaty. After all, it's never too late to make peace, right? On April 17, 1986, the Dutch ambassador travels to Scilly and signs a peace treaty with the locals. It's a momentous occasion, albeit a bit humorous given the circumstances. And just like that, one of the most bizarre wars in history comes to a close. No battles, no casualties, just a 335-year paperwork oversight finally corrected. It's a reminder of how quirky and unpredictable history can be. So next time you think you've forgotten something important, just remember, at least you didn't forget an entire war. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? If you enjoyed this tale of historical hilarity, smash that subscribe button for more ridiculous history. We've got plenty more strange and fascinating stories to share. Trust me, you won't want to miss out. There's always something new and surprising to learn about our past. Until next time, keep laughing and keep learning. History is full of surprises, and we're here to uncover them all with you.